Hey guys, happy Monday. Thank you so much for joining me for another budget meal. Today we are going to be making the cauliflower and root au gratin, or as we know it, au gratin. So what you'll need today is one small bag, a 12-ounce bag of frozen cauliflower. You can also use fresh cauliflower. If you have the steamable bags, just pop it in the microwave for half the time. If you're using fresh, just give it a quick boil just until it's not raw anymore. Give it a quick boil, maybe 10 minutes or less. Depending on how big your pieces are. We're also going to be using 2 large parsnips. I've sliced them very, very thinly. And we're also using carrots. So I just shredded these carrots, and I'm going to put a little bit of these carrots in here, but I'm also saving some. Like, there's no way I can ever shred carrots and not have a side of my favorite carrot salad, okay? So I'm gonna take some of these to make my carrot salad to have along with dinner. Okay, so we're gonna get started. The first thing we're gonna do is make a quick bechamel sauce. First thing you're gonna need is 2 tablespoons of butter, 3 tablespoons all-purpose flour. You stir this, and you're just gonna wanna cook your flour. It'll just start making a little bit of a paste. Once your flour has absorbed all of the butter, you're gonna wanna add in 2 cups of hot milk to your mixture. And you're going to want to take a whisk and just give it a mix, and it will slowly thicken up. Just cook it on medium heat. Mix it until you no longer have clumps in your liquid mixture. You're going to need a half a teaspoon black pepper, a 1/4 teaspoon nutmeg, and I'm using the chicken bouillon powder, about half a tablespoon of that. Now adjust that to your liking, depending on how much cheese you're adding and whether or not you can tolerate salt, okay? And if you don't have this, it's okay. Just go ahead and add in a little bit of onion powder. You can also add onion slices to this if you want to, and a little bit of salt and pepper, and you'll be golden, okay? So I'm gonna add this in. And whenever you make bechamel, it's really, really good idea to add in nutmeg. It just elevates it. Also, if you're making like a quiche or anything, give it a little dash of nutmeg. You'll love it. Our sauce has thickened up. This is our sauce. All right. You're gonna need a casserole dish or a baking dish. Spray your casserole dish or your baking dish. I have my cauliflower. Again, this is one of those steamer bags, so you can cook it in the microwave. If you do that, just make sure you just do it for half time. And then we have the parsnips that I sliced thinly, almost like chips, very thinly. And then our carrots. Like I said, I'm going to save some of these for the salad. Keep about that much. A little mix around. If you don't want to add all of this stuff, you don't have to. If you want to make this all cauliflower, go ahead and do that. It'll be delicious. If you don't like cauliflower, you can do broccoli. And just same goes with the broccoli. Just make sure that you give it a quick boil or steam it in the microwave. Still have time because you don't want it to get mushy. Okay, and then in here I have 3/4 cup cheddar cheese and a 1/4 cup just that grated Parmesan. If you have fresh Parmesan, shred it yourself. It'll be delicious in here. I didn't have any, so I'm just using the powdered Parmesan in here. Gruyere also works really, really well in this if you have it. But use whatever cheese you want to use. Omit cheese if you don't want cheese, but definitely adjust your salt depending on what cheese you're using, okay? So I'm just gonna give these a quick mix. I'm gonna add some of this cheese in here, mix it with the veg before I put the sauce in, okay? So I'm just gonna toss this. Obviously at this point, since the flour in the sauce is cooked, you can taste your sauce and see if it needs anything else prior to pouring it on your veggies. So adjust it to your taste. And like I said, this is very customizable. I know a lot of people like buffalo sauce. That is definitely something like you can do like a buffalo au gratin type mixture, right? You can also add squash to this. Just keep in mind that whatever vegetable you're using, that if it is one of the root vegetables, that you do give it a steam or a quick boil. Add the bechamel to it. And then just for presentation's sake, whenever you're mixing it in your baking dish, all of the parts that we got, I think you guys can see it, all of these little bits here tend to burn when you're baking, and so it just looks weird when you take it out. So I like to wipe that down just so it looks nice in the serving dish, especially like if, I mean, you should make it look pretty for yourself, right? And your family. But if you're taking it somewhere with you too, the presentation is important, right? And to finish it off, we have a 1/4 cup breadcrumbs and a 1/4 cup of our Parmesan powder. Again, if you have fresh Parmesan, you can just grate it and mix it in with your breadcrumbs, okay? So I'm just gonna take this, give it like a quick mixture, but I do like the powdered Parmesan for the toppings. If you're mixing the Parmesan powder with breadcrumbs, it's really good to top stuff off with, like a mac and cheese and things like that, okay? So I'm gonna take this and just put it right on top. Add some parsley in here. Then the rest of it. And then you're gonna take 2 tablespoons of melted butter and pour it over the top. There we have it. And then this is gonna go in the oven at 375 degrees for about 20 minutes. As I mentioned, I am making the carrot salad. I did take some of those carrots and save them for myself. So what you're gonna need is the shredded carrots. You need ginger. You can use fresh ginger or ginger powder. It's up to you. All you wanna do is peel it. Just use a spoon and give it a quick peel. See, nicely peeled. You're gonna grind it in here. Garlic paste, you only need about half a teaspoon. Again, depends on your preference. You can also use garlic powder. Then you're gonna need apple cider vinegar. It's a 2-to-1 ratio, 1 vinegar, 2 oil, okay? I'm gonna use olive oil. You can use whatever oil you want. Whatever oil you use for your vinaigrettes. Need about a teaspoon of Dijon mustard. If you have honey Dijon, good too. You can add a little bit of honey to this. It goes really well with the carrots and the cider vinegar, but that's up to you. Just gonna do a dash of salt and a dash of black pepper. And also add cayenne to this if you want to. Just kind of kick up that heat a little bit. And then we're just gonna take this. You can always do this in like a blender if you want to, but we're just gonna mix it up. Just gonna add this in. Parsley on it. Okay, so I've got my carrots ready. You guys, this is so good with beets. So if you just boil some beets and peel them and just toss them in here with the same vinaigrette, carrots, everything, delicious. But we are gonna be using beets. Oh yeah, we're gonna be using beets tomorrow. Okay guys, so our cauliflower au gratin is done. I did let it sit out for a little bit just to kind of hold its shape. So I'm just gonna serve it up right now. Okay, so there it is. There we have it right here. Okay, so there you have it. This is our cauliflower au gratin with parsnips and carrots. It's delicious. It smells incredible. We also have our carrot ginger salad with cider vinaigrette. An awesome meal for less than $2 per serving. Super healthy. It's good for you. Okay, so let's just give it a quick taste. There's our cauliflower. It's really, really good. And of course, my beloved carrot salad. Yum. All right, so I hope you guys give it a try. Thank you for joining me. This is another budget meal. I really enjoy it. It's very refreshing, it's affordable, and it's very, very good. It's delicious. If there's something you'd want to change about it, or you have some different ideas for this dish, let me know in the comments. I love you guys. Thanks again, and I will see you soon.